Okay, so the new knockout has a lot of changes. There's a new reward structure. It's no longer fully auto. The gameplay is still auto, but you can pick and choose your opponents. So first off, there's going to be two sections. First is match. The second one is dispatch. This dispatch is the same as we have right now for knockout, where you set up multiple teams, and then this team will go onto an expedition like we have currently every 12 hours in the current knockout, and then they'll fight it out. And if you take a look right here, it says here right here, my heat bro, please change the name, 140,000. What this means is that it's taking into account all of your combat espers, combat rating on every esper. So if you have better resonance, it's another pay to win mechanic. If you have better resonance, you're going to get more points every win that you get. But before you set up your team for dispatch mode, there's one thing to consider. If you take a look at right here, a team cannot be used in matching mode once dispatched. Espers dispatched on the previous day will not be available for matchmaking mode the next day. If you have the best team in your dispatch espers right here, you will not be able to use that team in the matching mode. And as usual, dispatch teams will undergo 50 battles just as the current knockout. The more consecutive victories a team achieves, the more their opponent's attributes will be enhanced. However, the team will earn more points upon winning. So it's accounting for individual team wins instead of your overall win rate. I can't enter the match mode right now because it's tallying. I would need to wait for a bit. Okay, currently my team is on expedition. Unfortunately, you cannot see how well your team is doing, but you can take a look at this team rank right here and see what is the best team for the day. And then the next team will unlock the next day, and then I think probably every couple of days the next team will unlock. Okay, now let's take a look at this section right here, match. So right now I have these two teams up for my dispatch espers, right? So I cannot use them anymore in the match section right here. So Genie is in my defense. I cannot use her anymore. There, she's already dispatched. So it's not a good idea to be running your best team in the dispatch section because this resets daily. This is the tickets that you're going to use to battle out your opponents, which you can choose, and it resets 15 daily at 00 UTC. Let me show you a couple of matches. I'm just going to use a Wii U comp, and again, the points that you gain is going to be based off of your heat level. The higher your heat level, the better points you're gonna get. When I click match, boom, as you can see there's also a multiplier right here. If I win, the multiplier will increase by 0.1%. I'm gonna quick battle this fight. You cannot manual the fight, it's always gonna be auto. There we go, I won. I got 1,400 points from that. My multiplier is raised by 1.1 times, which means every single time I win, I'm gonna get more points by 1.1 times now. And the more I win, the more I get the multiplier. There we go, it's now 1.2. But keep in mind, the more you win, the harder the opponents are going to be. I think their stats is going to be increased as well. As you can see, the rival runes is level 1, but their heat level is all the way up to level 200,000. We still win though because Wii U comp is insane. Per team, you can only use 5 times, so keep that in mind. I only have 2 more attacks with the Wii U comp. Got rank 66. 1 more attack with the Wii U comp and I need to change my team. Boom. There we go. Now I have 0 charges for the Wii U comp, and if I were to quick battle once again, I cannot because I don't have any more tickets for this specific teams. So I need to change to another team. But keep in mind, when you want to change to a different team, your multiplier will be reduced. So I'm just gonna use a random team. I click match, the multiplier drops down to 1 times now. That's all for the gameplay. It's pretty simple. This one is like Beat Bout where you choose and pick your opponents, but you only have up to 5 charges on each esper, and then once you've depleted all 5 charges, you would have to change teams. The dispatch section is like knockout, the current knockout. Once you dispatch an esper right here, they will not be able to be used in the match section right here. So be wary on which teams you decide to put in the dispatch section. Now, let's take a look at the juicy rewards. This achievement rewards is not resettable. So once you get them, you cannot reset them. It doesn't reset per week, it doesn't reset daily. Once you get your daily score to 33,000, you will get all of these rewards. The rewards in total are going to be 100 gold records, 40 of each elemental records, 10 shimmer records, 10 ability mons, and 50 wish stones. Even for a non-resettable reward, this is actually really good. Now for the daily rewards, it's almost the same as the current knockout, but at first glance you can already tell it's slightly lower. I've already jotted down the values right here. So the current reward structure for knockout, bi-weekly, which means all of these rewards are going to be times 14. For top 10 you're going to get 770 shimmer frags, all of this stuff. As opposed to the live server, which is also 14 days, you can already see the stark difference. The top 10 gets 770 wish stones, or sorry, shimmer records, whereas the live server gets 1120, right? Again, this is bi-weekly, so 2 weeks. And if you take a look at the reward, if you go in terms of bi-weekly, the rewards are decreased significantly. So top 10 gets 350 less shimmer fragments. But do not fret, this knockout does not have a downtime because it doesn't have sign-up period, as opposed to the old knockout, which has a 2-week active periods and then 1 week of downtime, right? You need to sign up, you need to set up your teams, and then that whole duration of the week you will not get any rewards. So with that being the case, the rewards are actually increased. So this is the table that I've calculated. This is per week rewards. Per week you're gonna get 385 of the shimmer fragments in top 10 and all of this stuff. Live server right now, we are still getting more per week, but because the live server has 1 week of down period, the new layout is way better. Look at the rewards increase across the board. Post edit Ggez here. I did a minor calculation error in the reward structure. This is the actual value right here. If you're top 64 in the current knockout, you're actually gonna get less shimmer records moving into the new knockout. But outside of the top 64, there's only a few rankings that has negative values. The next one is going to be top 7%, and the rest is pretty much neutral or an increase in the rewards. So yeah, very good rewards. At first you might think it's lower rewards, but in reality it's a lot better because you're always going to get the rewards daily. So yeah, that's about it. This knockout in my opinion is way better than the old one. There's a few strategies that you can employ. You might not want to dispatch your best teams in the dispatch section right here, so that you can use them in the match section. And you also might not want to use all of your tickets because you might want to keep your multiplier raised. If you can get a win streak of like 20 or even 30 win streak throughout the week, your multiplier will go insanely high. That's like 2 times multiplier. So yeah, there's a lot of strategy that you can employ with this current knockout. And the rewards are insanely good as well. But yeah, kudos to Lilith for actually changing knockout for the better, in my opinion. That's about it. Ciao.